Welcome back to my channel. Today, we are going to talk about how on earth do you balance planning a wedding and being successful in your career? How do you do both? I have a few tips up my sleeve because I've been doing this for the last 6 months, and I would love to share how I've been able to manage the career, which feels great and fantastic, and the wedding planning so that you can too. When I'm talking about building a career, it's like you have shit to do. It's not like you can just skirt around things or not show up or totally check out. This is a picture of my calendar today. So we have, some stuff going on. So how do you manage it all? How do you figure it out? First piece of advice is you can do it all. You really can. When you're sitting down trying to figure out how do you manage both, you first have to identify what your goals are with both. If having the wedding that you want is really important to you, freaking have the wedding that you want and figure it out. Tip number 2, schedule your day in advance. There is no winging it when you are trying to be a superhuman. And I'm trying to be a superhuman. I'm trying to get everything that I want done. I'm trying to make it the best that it can be. I'm trying to be excited about it and be the best version of myself, but I can't do it all without a plan. And so the night before, I go through every single meeting on my calendar, make sure I'm spending my time in the best places. Who needs me today? What needs me today? Where are my priorities? If I'm not needed in something, I'm not just gonna sit on a meeting just for the sake of sitting on a meeting. I'm gonna cancel the meeting, I'm gonna move it, I'm gonna push it. The calls are important. If you are a leader in your business, you have to be present as a leader. You cannot take this time to not be actively involved. You still have to push. What are those important touch points? Is that every meeting? No, it shouldn't be. It shouldn't have to be. You should be able to scale your business outside of you having to be in every single meeting. Number 3, how can you leverage tools, online tools, and structure in order to ensure that things are getting done? Email reports are the way that I ensure that things are getting done. I don't have to sit in a 30-minute meeting that I am not a primary driver of, but I still need to be aware of what's going on, what decisions are made. I do need somebody in that meeting to be responsible to send me, hey, what happened? What was discussed? What decisions were made? What questions do you have? And what next steps are there? That optimizes my time because then I can see the condensed version. It is the responsibility of the other team members to create the ideas, to come together, to formulate a plan. And as a leader, I'm giving feedback. You have to have that discipline in place and the accountability with your team to create those structures and to use systems like email. Fourth and final, if you are a leader, an executive in your organization and you're planning a wedding, figure out how to make your time efficient with email. I am a big fan of a new online platform that I'm using that makes me want to stay on top of things. How can you start playing a game with yourself every day that makes you want to get on top of things? Not feel like you're always on the tail end and you're always having to go through something and you have this dread with it. How do you make it a game? How do you make it fun? I downloaded this app, it's called Superhuman. And I play a game with myself every day. Can I get my inbox to 0? So instead of maybe watching an hour of television at night or cleaning my closet or doing something that I don't need to do, I'm like, oh, I gotta get to my emails. It makes it a game for me. And I'm willing because it's a game and because I feel good about myself, it makes me want to do it more. It's the craziest thing. Think of yourself as a superhero that is optimizing their time, that is spending their time on the right initiatives, the right activities that are going to move the things forward that they want. What you're doing isn't moving things forward, stop doing it. If it's not in alignment with where you want to go, don't do it anymore. It's just not necessary. Sometimes it can be difficult to align your daily priorities with where you want to go. And I've created a guide. You can click on the link below in order to get this guide. And it really does paint a picture for why you're doing what you're doing, where you want to go, and what you want the environment that you're in to look like, and how do you want it to feel. And do you want it to be a winning environment, or do you want it to be a fun environment? So click the link below to get the guide that will help you identify, okay, what's a priority and what's not. With that, I have a few more meetings I need to get to, but before we go, make sure you subscribe, like this video, and leave a comment. What were your tips on figuring out how to balance your career and planning an event or planning your wedding. Drop them in the comments below. I would love to hear them. I've got 15 days until I am getting this thing happening. I'm getting married and would love to hear how you've managed going through this process. Talk to you soon.